Greetings, fellow humans. Welcome to Chapter 4 of Arduino for Dummies. This one's called Blinking an LED. And, surprise, surprise, we're going to make an LED blink. Haha. I'm going to power up my Arduino Uno board for the first time. I'm going to upload one of the sample sketches. I'm going to mess around with the sample code a little bit. And we're going to blink some LEDs. So, let's get started. Alright, it's time to open up my new starter kit and plug in my Arduino Uno for the first time. So I've already installed the Arduino software on my PC, and I'm hoping that when I open this thing up and plug it into the USB, it's going to power up, and some of the little lights on the card are going to light up, and then I can start building my first sketch. Okay. Designed in Italy. Beautiful. Not sure if this is what they call a genuine Arduino, or if this is just a generic knockoff, but hopefully it's not going to matter either way. And let's plug this in. Oh yeah. So, we've got some power, we've got some blinky lights. Sorry for my camera skills, they are not great. Let's turn it around so the beautiful Arduino logo is showing right side up. Wow, this USB cord is super short. It's like probably only 12 inches long. Anyway, so that's good. So, I think the next step, let's see. First, let's look at what's lit here. So the power light is on, that's green. And then there's a little amber light with L next to it that is blinking on and off. Okay, so according to the Arduino for Dummies book, I think the next thing I need to do is go into the IDE and choose this as an Arduino Uno R3. I don't even think you have to say R3. And then I have to choose the right COM port. So because I'm running on Windows, it should, according to the book, it should say like COM1, COM2, COM3, and the numbers just keep going up. But it'll depend on what other stuff is on my PC. Let's see. Board Arduino Genuino Uno. And port. It looks like it's on COM3. Cool. So, the next thing I'm going to do is put in the first sketch. And the Arduino for Dummies book says that the easiest one to do is blink. it makes one LED blink on and off. That does sound pretty damn simple. So we've chosen the board, we've chosen the port. I think all we need to do now is write the sketch. So I'm going to go sketch. Let's see, where is that? I have to flick back a couple pages. Ah, there it is, blinking an LED. Ah, examples, okay. So I want file, examples, basics, blink. Alright, I will just copy theirs into mine. I don't even know if I need to do this, but I sort of want to follow the way they did it in the Dummies book, because I'm kind of a dummy, really. I'll copy their loop method too. So this is supposed to be based on C. I'm a Java programmer. I'm used to calling things methods, but I think in C we are supposed to call them functions. Alright, and I kind of like the way they did it here, where they declare, in the book they declare an integer variable, and then instead of putting the number 13 everywhere, they put the word LED, or the variable name LED. That's a little cleaner. Okay. I'll just save the sketch with this name. That's fine. Oh, uploading. So it says, after you find your serial port, select it, blah, blah, blah. Click the verify button. I don't know. Oh, there it is. Little check mark. Compiling sketch. That was quick. And upload. Now, in the Dummies book, they kind of suggest that that's it. You just do it. And it says the LED marked L should be blinking away reassuringly, on for a second, off for a second. Well, that's great, but it was already doing that when I plugged in the USB cable. So I really don't know if that actually did anything. Let's try that again. Upload. Oh, you know what? That did do something. And let me zoom in on that. It's very subtle. But when I upload... Oh, holding it upside down again. We're going to see the transmit and receive are both going to blink. Oh, damn my camera skills. Or lack of. Upload. Oops. Oh. I accidentally held down a key and made invalid code. There we go. Upload. and the transmit and receive lights flashed for a little while. And then we saw, well, it goes back to doing what it was doing, which is not much of anything. But anyway, I guess we'll call that a successful test. Well, hold on. Let's change the delay. Let's change the delay to 5 seconds. That's a really easy code change, and we'll see if it actually does anything. Now we'll upload. Oh yeah. Perfect. Now the little blinky L light stays on for 5 seconds and goes off for 5 seconds. And it's going to do that forever. So I'm going to guess that this blink test is already, maybe everyone does this as their first test, and it was already preloaded onto the microprocessor. So when I first plugged it in, it was already running it. Cool. All right. So the last thing to do with the blink test is to take an actual LED and plug it into the board. So I'm going to go into the kit, grab one of these. Maybe I'll grab a blue one. Okay, so according to the Dummies book, I'll lay the LED down here. Take a closer look at it. So one leg is a little bit longer than the other. And what it says in the book is that the longer leg is the positive, or the anode, and that goes in pin 13. And then the shorter one is going to go right in next to it, into the ground one. So make sure I get that lined up. And oh, not sure if it went in. Okay, it takes very little force to put it in. It didn't feel like it was really locking into anything, but I guess it's making contact. And I found a much longer USB cable in the bottom of a drawer. It's probably been sitting there for 10 years, collecting dust. So that will make it easier for capturing this. Let's plug it in. All right. Okay. So the other thing I've done is played around with the sketch a little bit. So in this one, the delay is back to 1 second. So you see it blinks on for a second and then off and on and off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep changing that value to make it smaller. So I'm going to change it from 1,000 to 500. So these delays are in milliseconds. Millisecond is 1,000th of a second. And upload, and let's see what happens when we start running it. There. So it'll go on for half a second and off for half a second. So what I'm going to do is see how far we can drive this down before it starts to act funny. So I'm going to change it to 250 milliseconds next. So that's 1/4 of a second. And we'll upload. Okay, it's blinking a lot faster. Now let's push it down to 100 milliseconds. So now we're down to 1/10 of a second. And upload. Now I'm going to cut that in half to 50 milliseconds. So now we're down to 1/20th of a second. So it's going to be on for 1/20th of a second and off for 1/20th of a second. So let's upload it. Yep. So now it's looking like a strobe light. Now I'm going to push it down even farther to 25 milliseconds. So this will be 1/40th of a second. And we'll upload. No. I can see it blinking, but it almost looks like it's just on. And I think if we push this down much farther to the human eye, it's probably going to look like it's on, but kind of dim or something. So now I'm pushing it down to 10 milliseconds. So this is 1/100th of a second. It will be on and off. Upload. Yeah. That looks like it's solid on to me. I don't know how this is going to come through on camera. It's probably going to look weird. Alright, I'm going to push that. I'm going to put it back to 1 second again, what we started with. There. Alright. So, that is everything they covered in Chapter 4 of the Dummies book. So I've got some more reading to do, and I'll be back next time with something hopefully fun and interesting.